Welcome back to Money is Blind podcast. I am Prasoon, your host, and this is the show where you'll learn how to become an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, and make money even if you're blind. So, why am I doing this show? I was diagnosed with a degenerative retinal condition, and I am legally blind. I've been losing my vision for the last 6 years now. There's no treatment or cure for this condition, but it is a gradual but progressive loss of vision. And ever since that diagnosis was made, I decided to change my life. And I want you, if you have a similar condition, to do the same. So, in this podcast, I teach you the tools, the techniques, and I'll walk you through how I built 3 businesses and how you can also do the same and make money, become independent, and motivate others. So before we build any online businesses, we need to develop some skills. I hope your mindset is ready to that's if you're not happy with your life right now, if you think you need independence, you need to create a mindset, a businessman mindset. And if you want to know more about that, you should go back and listen to the last episode that I did. It was on the right mindset that you need to create an online business. And once that mindset is ready, you need to develop some skills. One of those skills is typing. I'm not a Braille person. I just started learning Braille, but I think its learning curve is steep. That's my iPhone's voiceover. You will hear more of that in this episode because I'll tell you what this episode is about. You must have read it from the title and description because you're smarter than me. Back to Braille. I'm not a Braille person. Just started learning it. I think there are more contents and more articles and more resources which are accessible on the net as ebooks or audiobooks or web pages, which are much more, which has a much larger source when compared to the Braille resources. So another thing is that digital Braille displays are very expensive, and I'm not planning to buy one for me. I'm not planning to write a book in Braille, but when I write a book, I have plans to write a book on Money is Blind. That book will be just like an ordinary book. You will be able to download the Kindle version from Kindle. You will be able to hear the audiobook, and most probably I'll be the narrator. You can review the book on Audible. Yeah, but that's coming in another 2 years, not right away. So what I was talking about. So what was I talking about? I was talking about Braille displays. And the skill that you need to develop, it is typing. You need to know how to type faster using a keyboard, a physical keyboard in a laptop or a computer. And that is one skill that you need. I talked about this on how I use this skill to compose my emails, to write scripts for YouTube videos, for podcasts, for everything. I have to type. And this is one skill that you should definitely develop because it is independence right in your pocket. So what is the other skill? That's the title of this episode. You need to know how to manage your finances. Because when you start a business and if you don't know how to manage money, you are going to get into trouble. So I will first recommend you to start managing your personal finances. You just have to do one thing. You just have to record everything. Whatever you buy, whatever money you spend as cash, or whatever thing that you buy through with your credit card or bank account, debit card or PayPal or any other means, you just document it, record it. And when you get an income, record that one too. That's it. That's all that you need to do. And I've been searching for an app for a very long time. I found this app on the iPhone. It's called Money Manager. It's spelled as money followed by MGR dot. So you can also search for it. I can leave a link in the show notes. Yeah, and I think the same app is available for Android too, but I have to check it. I'm not sure about that. Before using this app on the iPhone, I had used another app in Mac, but it was not that accessible, and it was clunky and very slow. So I discarded it and I started using this app. I've been using it for the last 2 years now, and it's a very good one. So when you learn to manage your finances, your personal finances, that's the first step that you can take in order to manage your business finances in a better way. I know you will be thinking about chartered accountants, accounting team, those with an accounting degree and all. Yeah, they will be able to help you out, the auditors and all. But if you don't know how to manage your money, and if you don't know how much you're putting inside your business and how much money it's making and how much profit you're getting, then there's no point in starting a business. You have to learn Excel, Microsoft Excel, or Google Sheet, or any such sheet table software. And all the two softwares that I just mentioned, both of them are accessible with VoiceOver and Windows Narrator if you're using a Windows laptop. And the funny part is that it is accessible on the phone, even in the phone. Yeah, you can download and install the app in the iPhone. It's available both Google Sheet and Microsoft Excel. It's available on iPhone and also in Android phones. You can either use such an app or use Money Manager, that the one that I am using. So I'll just open Money Manager in my iPhone and tell you how many accounts I created. So what you basically need to do is that understand the concept of double entry bookkeeping. So what is bookkeeping? I'll tell you in short words. When you borrow money from me, you get the money. Suppose I'm giving you $500. So you get $500 in cash. That's a credit in your account. And the same $500 got debited from my account. So that's one transaction, but it has two entries. It has a credit entry in your side and a debit entry in my side. So that type of transaction, that type of bookkeeping, that's called double entry bookkeeping. And for every transaction that you make, whether it is using cash, card, internet banking, or whatever money transactions that you make, even in your personal financial life, it has to be recorded using a double entry bookkeeping system. If you can do that, and if you can track that, you will learn some new information that you have been ignoring all these years. You will come to know which type of household expense is drawing the most money out of your pocket, which is the area where you can save a huge amount of money. You will be able to understand the limitations of your current income sources. Trust me on this, if you do bookkeeping for your personal finances, this is going to immensely help you when you launch your online business. So now I'll just open the Money Manager app in my iPhone. The voiceover is on, and that's what you are hearing right now. So I created several accounts. There are several debit and credit accounts which are available as default in Money Manager, but I'll tell you, for each transaction that you make, you have to add it manually. Suppose you went outside for dinner tonight, you will have to add that transaction, and you will have to mark how you paid for the transaction. Was it using your credit card? Did you pay tips? Did you pay the bill amount in cash? What was the purpose? and everything else gets recorded automatically. That means the time of transaction, the date of transaction, everything else gets recorded automatically. This app also has another feature wherein it collects information from your SMS, from your text messages, and you will have to give permission to this app to read your text messages so that it can fetch the data from those text messages and create entries automatically on your behalf. So it can work like that also, but I think if you do it manually, that will be much better. If you can do this continuously for 2 or 3 months, that's the minimum number of days you need to repeat the same task in order to make it a new habit, in order to automate it. So I've been doing this for more than 2 years now, and I never miss the chance or the opportunity to add a transaction whenever that happens in my personal life. I also use this same app for my business transactions, but in a broader way. I don't keep track of every transaction that I make, but for each account, I do. So now the Money Manager app in my iPhone is open, and I will go to the Accounts tab. In the main screen, you will have four. Let me check. The first tab in the bottom navigation bar will be Transactions. That is all the transactions. You can sort it out using weekly basis, daily basis, or monthly basis, even on an yearly basis. The second tab is Stats. It gives you a neat pie diagram. I can just figure out a vague circle, and I am not able to read. But below that diagram, this is my monthly financial report, like the statistics. So I'll just read it aloud. Social life. Shit. Social life is 1.4 percentage. Household is 47 percentage. Food is 21 percentage. Transportation is 31%. Parents, that's the money that I give to my parents on a monthly basis. That's 10%. Apparels, health. There are so many accounts that you can create for your expenses category. And the third tab in the bottom navigation menu is the accounts. So here you will see the opening balance, the amount of money that has come into that account during that month, the expenses which has been met using that account. That's credit and debit. So I will read the accounts. I have a cash account. I have a bank account which includes all my savings bank accounts and my wife's bank accounts as well. I keep track of her savings as well. Then there is friend and family account, which is the money that we transfer from our friends and family members. Then there is credit cards, savings account. Then I got a separate account for investments, which includes provident funds, insurances, SIPs, which is systematic investment plans, mutual funds. Dofody, I put it as another account under investments. I invest in Dofody every month. Then there are loan accounts. These are liability accounts, these are not expenses, but these are liability accounts, and transactions which are made in this liability accounts will be marked as minus. So what is a liability? Anything that takes money out of your pockets is a liability. Your car, your home, if you're staying in that house and if you bought that house using a bank home loan, that house is a liability. I have bought a house and I bought it using a home loan. And so the house that I'm staying in is a liability. But there are good liabilities and bad liabilities. That's another topic. We'll discuss about that. I have an account for insurance, for health insurance, for term life insurance, endowment plans. Everything comes under that account. Then there are short-term loans, income tax. Yeah, these are the accounts. These are the accounts that I manage on my Money Manager app. You can create several other accounts and sub accounts within an account. So whenever you're trying to add a transaction, you can either classify it as an expense, an income, or a transfer from one account to another. So if you are making payment to a credit card, that becomes a transfer. If you are withdrawing money from your ATM account, from your bank account using your debit card, that becomes another transfer. So when you add that kind of transaction, it becomes a transfer from your bank account to cash. Both are your own accounts, but money is getting debited from the bank account and it is getting credited in your cash account. That's withdrawal. Similarly, when you make a credit card payment, if you are using your bank accounts, saving account in your bank to make the credit card payment, it becomes a debit in your bank account, and the same money gets credited in your credit card account. So credit card is actually a liability. It's type of a short term loan. I hope you know this. I hope you know the jargons and the terms related to finances. You need to learn this. You need to understand how it works, what these terms mean, what an asset is, what a liability is. So if you want to become wealthy, you need to minimize the number of liabilities that you have and own maximum number of assets. The more number of assets that you own, the more wealthy you are. If you have 5 houses, and if you are not under any mortgage, if you don't have any home loans on those 5 houses, and if those 5 houses are making money for you, how can houses make money for you? You just have to rent it out. If those houses are making money for you, then that house becomes an asset. So you have 5 assets. I heard Robert Kiyosaki, he has more than 7,000 rental properties, all of them assets, and all those properties are making money for him, even when he is sleeping. Think about it. You commercial properties that you rent out are also examples of assets. If you have a car and if it is completely paid off, and if you will rent out that car, if you are using it as a taxi, that is another asset. Otherwise, if you're using the same car for your personal use, then that becomes a liability because its value gets depreciated every year. That's not every year, every month it goes down. So these are the types of examples of terms that you need to know. You also need to learn what a balance is, opening balance and closing balance. For if you're keeping double entry bookkeeping system, then you can track it for this week, for last month, for last year, for the same month last year, and you can assess the situation, the financial situation that you are in right now, whether you are making any progress or whether you are losing more cash, or what is your cash flow. There are several terms that you need to know. If you can find a book to read this and to understand this, that will be better. If you are someone who is coming from an accounting background, if you have an accounting degree or an MBA, then you will be knowing this. You might have studied about it in your university, in your schools and colleges, but not if you are a person who hates accounting, who hates financial topics. You, my friend, if you are dreaming big, if you want to become a successful entrepreneur, you have to learn this. Or I must say, this is the most important skill that you need to develop as an entrepreneur. It is required for online businesses, for offline businesses, for any type of business that you're starting. You need to know this. Otherwise, your business will not grow. You won't have an idea what is happening with the finances, and eventually, you will end up how the 95% of other businesses end up failing. They go bankrupt within the first 3 years. That's another ambulance. I hope the person in that ambulance gets well soon, and I hope his life is safe. My house is near a specialty hospital, and it has one of the best emergency departments in the town, and that's why ambulances from all over the district comes to this hospital. And by the way, if you want to know the name of that hospital, it's Mitra Hospital. It's in Calicut, Kerala. Yeah. So I think this will be enough for today. It was a short topic. My voice is still not back to its normal tone. When I keep talking for a long time, I find a small irritation in my throat which prompts me to cough. So I hope you like this topic. If you have any questions, you can send me voice messages by visiting anchor.fm/moneyisblind. You can record your voice messages, and I might use your voice messages in the future episodes. So if you want to hear yourself asking questions and then listen to my answers in the future episodes, shoot me the question and I'll try to answer them. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. Bye bye.